Warning. We will be talking about Season 7 of Game of Thrones. This is your only warning.
Welcome to Game of Spoils.
Episode 3 of Season 7. Holy shit.
Called Queen's Justice. And we'll start off with that because I was thinking, the episode's called Queen Justice. It's going to be like Daenerys Queen's Justice. But it was more Cersei Queen's Justice.
I think it was a little bit of both. It was mostly Cersei, but it was a bit of both. It was nice. We got a little bit of everyone's stories almost, as far as I can think of.
No, Arya.
She's on her way to Winter.
She was heavy.
She'll get there probably next episode.
Yeah, Stark
Bran
family
shows
reunion.
up, Arya shows up, Jon comes back, all the living Starks.
And then they all just hug each other and not fight and like forget the White Walkers and
forget this guy.
Oh, we didn't introduce ourselves. I'm Afterburn, your Soul.
Yes, I am Soulstone, and this is Afterburn. And we're joined by Eddie the Yeti. Let's start off with that beautiful confrontation between Jon Snow and Daenerys.
Yeah.
It's definitely a madman who's seen some shit, who's not actually mad, but seen as mad, just coming in. And it was a weird diplomacy because the characters don't know nearly as much as we know because we've seen all sides of it. What's it going to take for Daenerys to actually believe Jon, short from seeing White Walkers?
I don't know. It is how it is presented, right? It's just like, okay, you're telling me zombies are real.
Yeah. So fairy tales are real.
Yeah.
And we're all gonna die. And you need glass to fight pretend things.
Well, to me, what I felt about the meeting was everyone was like, oh my god, it's like, oh, Jon Snow. It's like, oh my god, they're just gonna start making out as soon as they get there.
No.
But it's like, to me, it was fire meeting ice.
They are
polar opposites.
Exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, there is going to be conflict, and I think it's going to grow from a mutual mild animosity, and then slowly through some sort of major event, which could be, when Cersei starts dominating the war through good tactics, and Daenerys' forces are decimated at every turn because all her plans are going to shit. Yeah, maybe then she'll be like, okay, Jon, please. Maybe we need to do this. Maybe we give up on the throne for now. Maybe you're right. It'll just be a throne of a graveyard.
I mean, you can argue that Cersei has no interest in fighting the White Walkers, so it would be beneficial just to kick her off and then deal with things as they come.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be possible to just, take one dragon, attack just the castle, just burn Cersei alive and her closest people, and leave the city intact? Cut off the head of the snake, so you will.
Daenerys was kind of interested in anything like that. Like, she wanted to ride a dragon and just deal with shit.
But they're one arrow and you're out.
Yeah, and she's the only one capable of riding dragons at this point.
At this point. Unless the theories are true, and then Tyrion and Jon will ride the other two.
Yes, but, we have, they might have some dragon blood in them. Yeah. But they don't know that.
No, I don't know. They can't metagame.
Yeah, exactly.
To use gaming terms.
But, I mean, really, she does need 2 more dragon riders, and no one's talking about that.
I don't think she's even thinking about that. I think nobody's thinking about that. But she's definitely got her suspicions that Jon is more than what he seems, because she picked up on the whole being stabbed in the heart. I think that's going to come out somehow.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
And modest Jon, it's like, all right, but I already think we're crazy.
Yeah, don't talk about me
being dead and come back to life.
Well, especially it would paint him in a bad light too, because it's like, hey, the dead are returning to fight us. Oh, by the way, I came back from the dead too, but I'm a good undead. They're bad undead.
Well, but I think she was interested in that because she also all those times she goes into the fire and it looks like to anybody else it's like, oh, she's just burning herself alive and walks out unburnt. Kind of similar thing here with being stabbed in the heart and still living,
and coming out okay after being dead for a while.
Yeah,
the Lord of Light has a path for us all. So how's your sex life? Oh, hey Johnny, what's up?
Oh, we need him so much because
Euron is great.
I mean, there is a good bit of banter.
There was a lot of good banter this episode. But Euron is he is the Negan of this show, and we needed that. We haven't had a good charismatic, root for the bad guy villain in Game of Thrones ever. I don't know. Well, I guess the Hound was like more an anti-hero, but
yeah, exactly. You weren't like rooting for the Hound, but you're like you wanted to see a story. Yeah. Well, that's the fun thing about a charismatic villain is like you'll root for him when he's like winning and throwing off jokes and stuff, and you root for him when he loses because he's against the good characters that you're rooting for. So it's a win-win with those kind of characters.
He's just more crazy than charismatic, but it all works together and it blends to this nice. He just
doesn't care, man. It's great.
Yeah, he's the odd man out, and it's a nice, refreshing change.
But every chance he gets, he shits on Jamie.
Oh yeah,
asking for sex tips. Oh, it's right in front of Cersei. I mean, I don't think she heard it.
Hear it over the crowd cheering, but
yeah.
Jesus.
Oh man.
Speaking of Cersei, that prison scene, oh boy. That lipstick. That was. When was that used?
That it was used to kill her daughter. When she was leaving,
right.
She was leaving.
Kissed her. Right.
Yeah, that was the perfect comeback. Or,
I killed my daughter. I'll kill your daughter the same way.
Exact way.
Yeah.
And it's funny too. I noticed the lipstick and it seemed a little off because she's as queen, she's wearing black or very dark, and it was like very pink.
Right. Yeah, bright pink.
And I was like. I mean, it didn't feel right, but I didn't catch on to it right away.
Yeah, I was like, oh, makeup team had an off day. Maybe the lighting's weird. Maybe it's just not a good quality video. I don't know.
I thought maybe it was just like she was a little more happy because of the, she
I put on my nice lipstick for a good day.
Her war's going well, and she's got the Sand Snakes that killed her daughter. But yeah, and then I picked up to it right before it happened. But yeah, it's like. Quaver, and then she even complimented us. Smartest man she knows.
Yeah. Slimy mother.
Cleverest man she knows. I don't know.
Whatever. They're all gonna die. Everyone's gonna die.
And going from the kiss of death, there was a handshake of life of sorts with Tarly, sending off.
Okay, yeah, with
it's a little stretch there.
Mormont. Yes, it was a good attempt at a segue. I'm glad that he did it, and I guess we would know by now if he had contracted grayscale himself.
No, I mean he had gloves on and he followed the instructions.
What if some of the pus flew on his face?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I didn't even think about that, and that guy was totally right about that. It wouldn't be worth the risk to save one man if you gave everybody in the Citadel grayscale.
Yeah,
because he deals now. It shows that he deals with almost everybody. Like he's the janitor kind of. Like he scrubs the dishes, cleans the pot. So he could have been giving everybody grayscale if he fucked up.
Yep.
So I mean, we like Mormonts. We're like, oh, come on, just give him a chance. But it's like logically, they were totally right and not.
Yeah, like this man is in quarantine. You just infected yourself. If you didn't catch it in time, well, now you've just caused an outbreak, and the whole Citadel is in grayscale.
Yeah,
no more color.
But I was wrong. He didn't get kicked out. He just. His success kept him in there, but they didn't. They didn't like promote him to.
No, I like how he got punished. Like now you have to copy all these texts.
Watch out for the paper mites.
Paper mites. Now, was that an offhand joke?
No,
do they actually have
real?
I mean, I know there's like silverfish, and they kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, it's just a different name for something, right?
Paper mites. I mean, silverfish don't eat people, do they?
Well, he said they also bite flesh too.
Maybe. Who knows?
But going on. Back to the exchange with Daenerys and Jon with
for all the dragon glass under Dragonstone.
Yeah, I said this during the episode, but I was surprised that Jon didn't offer, or she didn't ask for something in return.
Yeah, I think it's more so, give the crazy man something to play with for a while to get him out of our hair, so he won't be a problem and he won't be actively going against us because this guy's fucking crazy. And
part of it too is I think because Cersei drew first blood, and now now they've lost the Greyjoys and the Sand Snakes, and they don't even know yet, but they've lost the Tyrells.
Yep.
So potential allies, you lose two Sand Snake Greyjoys, and it's like, well, maybe let's not shut down the North. We might need them.
Exactly.
So if that didn't happen, I don't think that she would have given them the dragon glass.
No, because it looked like...
It wasn't a very good first impression.
It was a terrible first impression. But if Varys didn't come in and be all like, hey, our ships they're done, so it could have gone very poorly for Jon.
And then now let's talk about the moves made by, taking House Tyrell, which we didn't see coming. When it comes to lords, it's like you protect your own, right? You protect their Lannisters, they're proud Lannisters. They're going to protect Castle. They did not do that at all.
They were more concerned with the Lannisters, as the Iron Bank said. They don't have any money. They needed the gold that House Tyrell had.
Second wealthiest house behind the Lannisters, and the Lannisters, I guess, aren't wealthy anymore with all the money they've been spending over these 7 seasons.
Somehow. Where they've been spending it, who knows? Bolster armies. But yeah, they needed all that gold to pay back.
I believe some of it was spent as because Tyrion and Tywin have been hand, and they've been kind of using their money to help.
Because the kingdom itself was in debt from Robert.
Yeah. So they needed money for things, and they've been warring with the Starks and everybody. So
war is very expensive.
Gets spent. But yeah, and then when we saw Cersei promise the Iron Bank, you'll have your money in 2 weeks. You're like, she's got a plan. And now we know her plan. She seized all the Tyrell's assets.
But do the Tyrells have enough money to pay back the kingdom's debt? Probably not, but it's probably a good portion, and it's a starting point. Where are they going to get the rest from?
I mean, they might be. If they are the second richest kingdom behind the Lannisters, I mean,
maybe.
Second richest is not bad.
That's true. But I have a feeling they're going to need a bit more. They're probably going to... Cersei's probably banking on quickly finishing this little war. And thinking possibly, Dragonhide would fetch a pretty penny with the bank. Could be.
Yeah.
Because I just doubt that one house could have enough money to pay off a kingdom's debt.
I mean, you're just saying Dragonhide, like... Everything dragon would fetch, because dragons haven't existed in so long, right? You can
if they
sell
take one alive, that's probably the debt right there.
You could sell everything off a dragon.
Yeah.
You could sell its brain, its heart.
For science.
For science, yes, for science. Okay.
Start seeing people in dragon scale armor if they do kill one of the dragons.
You want that?
I kind of do. Would it be better or worse than plate mail? Who knows?
Dragon scale's supposed to be good, isn't it?
I think.
Dragons are hard to penetrate.
This is true. That's why they need those giant ballista. Could be.
All right. Well, we've rattled off a lot of the main points here. Just one more thing I wanted to talk about, unless you have one more thing you want to talk about. Bran and Sansa reunited, and I was all like, yeah. And then to prove he was the three-eyed raven, he just brought up the raping of her by Ramsay. It's just like he just kind of knew the details.
It's like, hey, so I wasn't there, but this is how I know everything. Bam, this was your wedding night where you were raped.
Like, I get how you have to prove that you can see the past.
I think he's losing his humanity.
I guess so. It really felt that. Like, he wasn't even emotional when, she hugged him. He was just like, whatever.
If he can see
Let's get this out of the way.
If he can see everything that's happened and everything that is currently happening, like, everything that happens to people around him is so far removed from the scope of the world that, like, oh yeah, my sister had a terrible night. So did 47 million other people, and I watched all of it. She didn't have it the worst that night. There's some bad things that have happened throughout history that were worse than this. Okay, so I think he's thinking very inhumanely, if that's what makes sense. He's definitely thinking broad picture, course of world history.
Yeah,
he's not people anymore.
It's a thing where he can't get upset about something that happened to one person, where he could see it happening to multiple people every day that's ever existed.
Yeah.
There's also a theory that Bran is, because there's been a lot of Brans in the Stark lineage.
He's all of them.
He's all of them. Yeah.
Could have been because he was being able to manipulate just a little bit that history when he was at the Tower of Joy. So if he gets better at doing that, he'll eventually just go back and be former selves, show up, and he will just live out the lives of all of his ancestors.
But how does that help in current time?
It doesn't, aside from the knowledge, because Bran the Builder, if I recall correctly, built the wall. No? Bill Winterfell?
He built Winterfell.
Bill Winterfell. He would, but anyway.
He
there
might
was
have.
a
He
Bran-
might have been. There was probably a Bran that helped build. It was a huge project, right?
Yeah, there was a Bran. I can't remember which one that was involved with the wall. I feel like. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the Night King was a Bran.
I don't know anything. The books don't cover the Night King.
Something to do with
Actually, when
something
the Night,
to do with way
when the
back
Night King
then.
was revealed, and this was very early on, that was a big deal because he's not really regarded in the books very much. So it was like oh my god, like this is a big character.
Yeah. I have a feeling that somewhere along the line he's going to go into a past life or affect the past, which already technically happened, but he's going to learn some form of information that's going to help with what's going on, because he'll probably be able to go back and see this is what happened to start the White Walkers, even though he's already seen the Night King kind of come into fruition. But he'll probably see past wars where they've fought and lost, because the Night King, I don't believe, was the beginning of the White Walkers. Because there was something where, like, a man, a Stark, fell in love with, like, a queen of a White Walker, and then he gave up his soul and then became, like, a general of their army. I don't know.
I don't know.
I've been watching a lot of theories.
Yeah.
Comment in the comment section below what the fuck I'm talking about, because obviously I've forgotten some very important details, and I'm just rambling.
But just to tie things together here, we were talking about Dragon Riders, and I had this thought kind of just right now.
Yeah.
When Bran, in first season when he fell out and the three-eyed crow talked to him, and he's like, will I ever walk again? And he's like, no, you'll never walk again, but you'll fly again. Bran could technically fly a dragon. He could kind of what's that term called? Warg.
I guess he could. Because wargs normally are only animals, but he can warg into people. Dragons are like animal people, I guess.
It's just like everyone thinks it's Jon and Tyrion and Dany that are the riders.
Well, they're the ones with potential Targaryen blood, according to theories.
But if Bran, and he needs help, like he said, he's like, I need to work on my sight and I'm not.
He has to learn to focus better.
He's the Luke Skywalker. He didn't finish Jedi training.
Or he's like Superman. He can hear everything. He's got to learn to focus in on. I just want to hear this.
But yeah, that would be interesting if he could take over a dragon.
That'd be pretty cool.
But he
can be the dragon.
Yeah.
Then you don't need a rider. Yeah. They got a remote pilot.
It's like a drone then.
Ooh.
All right. Well, this episode.
Drone gone.
Game of Spoils.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah, and like you said, comment, like, subscribe. All those YouTube things.
If you agree with any of the stuff that we talked about, if you have any expenditures onto what we've been saying, or any contradictions if we've been getting some shit wrong, let us know in the comment section below. We want to hear from you. Want to know what you think.